Hey YouTube, it's Christy Nitro from the fabulous Las Vegas area. And yes, you're here to do another planner flip through video with me. You can see I still haven't taken off the cover. I'm still a chicken. I don't want to get it all dirty just yet. I am using the Heidi Swapp memory planner as always, and the last video that I did with you, I showed you how I put together my February. So I'm just gonna flip you through the rest of the month. This is my layout for days 7 through 12. It was pretty much just whatever I had on my desk near me, which was the sticker books I just bought and my chalk pastels for the background. And this is how it came together. It's adorable. Okay, so that's really it. Nothing to explain too much there. This is the one that I'm absolutely obsessed with. This was the week of Valentine's Day. I got surprised by my boyfriend, and he took me to a soccer game because I am a huge soccer fan. I was so excited to go see the California Classico, I think they call it. It was the LA Galaxy versus the San Jose Earthquake. Such a good time. Then I also have it done up for Valentine's Day, and then The Walking Dead started that Sunday, but unfortunately I was too busy, so we cuddled on the couch and watched it that Monday after I got out of work. So great weekend for me. Now I did this layout over at Shonda's house, which is Slim Cards, and she actually gave me this die cut, and I love it, of a tree. She also suggested, why don't you just go ahead and put some hearts on it, and I love the way that turned out. So that was a little collab, and it is so fierce. I absolutely love that layout. Now this is what I did, my little love bug. Again, it was just things that I had on my desk at the time, and I wanted to create a little scene, you know, with the grass on the bottom and the sky up top. So I have these little speech bubbles that I turned into clouds so I could write on them if need be, and that's just how the 19th through the 24th turned out. Awesome, right? I was so obsessed with that little like scene kind of idea that I carried it over to end out the month of February. So this is my 25th through 29th, and it's a little scene of this girl walking her dog, and she's walking by the cafe to get to her bike. So I kind of made it like this is the banners outside the shop, and these are like the little store windows. So it's still, you know, themed up, but it still functions so I can write down and plan out what I need. So I absolutely love how that turned out. All right, so since February was a short month, on the back of it was just notes. I don't really do notes too much in my planner this year because I have other journals for that. So I just popped right into March because March is one of my favorite months. And this year it's like a collaboration of spring starting and Easter and St. Patrick's Day and daylights, and everything you can possibly think of is going on in March. So it was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna fit and represent everything? So I started off with my favorite, of course, which is St. Patrick's Day, and I just titled this month up Lots of Luck. That pretty much sums up everything. These are just doilies from the Target dollar spot. I think, as always, everyone's favorite to find cheap goodies. And this was a little felt cut out from Joann's, and I went ahead and stamped and embossed this little knotwork that you're seeing here. It's perfect because these are the colors of the Irish flag. So traditional start off with the golds and the greens, and then I went ahead and used the new watercolor crayons that I got. Love them. And this is how my March photo op turned out, of course representing St. Patrick's Day yet again because it's my thing. So this is just doodles and splats of gold and stamps and whatnot to do that, and I love that Color Splash collection. Oh my gosh, I want to buy everything like 10 times over. I love it that much. Now going into the overview of March, I noticed that, hey, I don't have too much spring stuff, I don't have too much Easter stuff, and I definitely don't have enough St. Patrick's Day stuff. So I'm pulling in another favorite of mine, which is gnomes, but they're almost like leprechauns. So I'm tying it together that way, and then the spring vibe and whatnot. So I got clovers, count its leaves to 4, and then you can see my little gnome guy popping out, and then I just have die cuts and, you know, washi and cutouts and stuff all layered up here on some awesome authentic papers. So it's kind of like spot the gnome for the rest of the month is what I'm going for. This goes right into my month at a glance, and I call it my lucky March. So to get everything in, I kind of switched up the colors and played to that. So it goes green to a nice springy color. So yellow is definitely springy to me. So I have my representation of everything on here. I even got in Dr. Seuss's birthday. I liked how it was like read across America. So important. Get your kids to read. Oh, so important. So I had to represent that. The little leprechaun guy tossing the coins for luck, because it's all about luck this month. And then I got, you know, Happy Spring, layered that up. Love the way it turned out. And the background was done with Old Faithful, which is my chalk pastels. So when you go into my the first through the 6th layout, I really like how this came together because it's interactive and it's things I like to do in my other craft projects and art projects. So it's themed up again, which I'm really like doing the theme thing, and it's the introduction to the gnomes. If you saw my other planning videos, you know that I like to keep track of when I eat out because I'm trying not to eat out. That is my goal for this year. So this is the little photo protector sleeve, and I like how the gnome switches sides, but it still goes great with each side of the page. So you got the gnome popping out of his little grassy hole on both sides. I got his little house, so there's gnome place like home, and that's actually the stamp set that I'm using throughout the month, which is a Lawn Fawn. It's one of my favorites. I have never used a stamp set as much as I have this one, and then another Old Faithful, which is just the Stephanie Bernard planner set. That's what I'm going with this month to go with that whole gnome theme and everything else. It's springy, it's fun, I love it. So that is that layout, and then this is what I have a rockin' for my 7 through 12. I just titled it kind of like Be Happy, went with the theme again, and you can see this time I actually did the background color with Tim Holtz Distress inks. They go on so smooth, but it takes so long to get all the color on there, but it is less messy than the chalk pastels, and the paper really seems to hold up to it. So I'm liking that. I got my days marked out with some clovers, and I love it. It's really cute. Do you see a little gnome guy hanging out here? So like I said, it's gonna be find the gnome throughout the month. And I just got all my favorites. The bright bold colors, my clovers, you know, it's really cute, and mason jars, and so everything matches. I fussy cut that same print out here. And then I still have to think of what I'm gonna do the 13th through the 18th, because that is St. Patty's Day a week. I say week because I took 5 days off for work. So it's my mini vacay. I hope to get a lot done in that week. Thank you guys so much for going on my little setup of March adventure. I hope you guys like. Thumbs up if you do, just to let me know that you're liking these kind of videos. Thank you so much as always for watching, and keep crafting.